Priory of the Sacred Flame is a 3-boss dungeon in the War Within Season 2. We are sent to investigate why the Acolytes have withdrawn from the people of Mereldar. The first boss of Priory is Captain Dailcry and one of his lieutenants. You can determine which guard remains with the boss by going left or right up the stairs. We are going to cover clearing to the left and fighting Emberlands as the remaining guard. Bound by fate, Captain Dailcry and his guards share health, and while near him the guard has 100% more HP. Pierce armor, a tank buster that applies a stacking bleed. Have a defensive for this. Hurl spear, a frontal aimed at a player's location that hits anyone in the line. Sidestep to avoid damage. Savage Mauling. Ember, Captain Dailcry's lynx, leaps onto a player and inflicts heavy damage until Dailcry's shield is broken. Quickly swap to Dailcry and burn down his shield. Battle Cry. A burst of AoE damage and a damage amp for his guards. Interrupt this. Emberlands has the following 2 mechanics. Divine Judgment. A tank buster that leaves a debuff increasing damage taken. Have a defensive up for this. Holy Radiance. AoE holy damage to all players. The second boss is Baron Braunpyke, a fierce paladin determined to protect the secrets of the Priory from all outsiders. Hammer of Purity. Hammers cast on player location that deal damage when they land and then spiral outwards from the impact location. Bait these to one side of the room and dodge the hammers. Sacrificial Pyre. A burning pyre that contains 3 charges and lasts for 30 seconds. Coming into contact with the circle consumes a stack and does AoE damage to all players while leaving a dot on the stack consumer. All charges must be soaked before time runs out. Burning Light. A self-heal and AoE damage cast with dot. Interrupt this. Castigator's Shield. A targeted cast that hits 2 players, slows them, and leaves eruption zones on the ground. Move out of the circles. Vindictive Wrath. Braunpyke's physical damage increases, his cast time of Burning Light decreases, Sacrificial Pyre gains 2 extra charges, and Castigator's Shield hits 2 additional targets, leaving 2 additional eruption zones. The final boss is Prioress Murrpray. She has discovered the secrets of the Sacred Flame that she believes will bring them victory. Holy Smite, a magic attack. Interrupt this. Holy Flame, a pillar of light cast at a player's location. Move out of the circle to avoid damage. Purify, a channeled beam that chases a player and leaves an area of denial on the ground. Run from the holy fire around the edges of the room. Inner Fire, a self buff that increases her holy damage done and causes her to pulse damage to the party. Blinding Light, a long cast that disorients and damages the party. Turn away from Murrpray to avoid the disorientation. Barrier of Light, at 50% health, Murrpray leaps away and shields herself. She'll begin casting Embrace the Light, a channel that deals AoE damage to the whole party until interrupted. Burn down her shield and interrupt the cast. During the intermission, Murrpray summons Arathi Neophytes, adds that have no aggro table and hit very hard. AoE these down ASAP. By understanding and managing these mechanics, your team can take back the Priory.